The post-World War II era in Japan spawned a movement of expression from native artists. Photographer Ken Domon published his 1958 photo entitled Hiroshima, while surrealist Kansuke Yamamoto took a different approach in his 1953 piece Reminiscence. While both artists worked to expose common societal concepts, their methods varied greatly. Ken Domon is a photojournalist who became famous partly from his depiction of the survivors of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bomb. Domon, born in 1909 in Sakataka, Japan, attended Nihon University. His participation in radical political movements contributed to his expulsion from the university. In Domon's photograph, Hiroshima, the viewer's eye is immediately drawn to the blind girl in the foreground. This photo, among others, chronicles the aftermath of the atomic explosion in Hiroshima during World War II. This image, though shocking to the viewer, depicts an almost casual moment for some post-war Japanese families. The woman in the background remains in focus as she laughs at something out of frame. Domon chooses to shift the focus to this action as some sort of juxtaposition of emotion. Tragedy is balanced with lightheartedness. This photograph carries certain social implications with it. In the face of extreme human suffering, society somehow manages to repair itself. However, there are lasting implications. Kansuke Yamamoto, born in Nagoya, Japan in 1914, is a surrealist photographer and poet. Yamamoto favored extreme politics, being anti-war, anti-government, and pro-liberty. His work in this photo, titled Reminiscent, reflects his ideals. In Yamamoto's 1953 work, Reminiscence, a birdcage surrounds what appears to be a war-damaged town. The image itself mimics the appearance of the nuclear explosion over the landscape. By that time, World War II had left an undeniable impact on all those affected. The cage serves as a visual metaphor for the post-war mindset. It is impossible to forget that kind of devastation, yet life continues. Each artist expresses a sense of political and social unrest. Domon uses human emotion to illustrate the new state of normalcy in Japan following the war. People are faced with persistent reminders of the implications of the war and subsequent devastation. Yamamoto adheres to a similar concept, instead focusing on the overarching destruction. His piece lacks direct emotion, yet it speaks to the scars left behind by the atomic bomb. As a photojournalist, Domon's approach captures moments in life as he plays witness to essential times of change and reparation. Yamamoto uses surrealism to metaphorically interpret the disquiet of a post-war world. Though healing takes place, there is an unforgettable void left in the wake of such loss. Civilians were perhaps the most brutally affected by the bomb. The artists work to connect humanity with the calculated mechanisms of war.